You're listening to the Common Fan Podcast, a Husker football podcast for the common fan, by the common fan.
Welcome back to the Common Fan Podcast. I am TJ Burkle, as always, alongside Matty Owens Sr. and Geoff in Lincoln. It's Christmas week. Merry Christmas, Common fans.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Matthew. Merry Christmas, Jeffrey.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, boys.
Terrific.
Back at you. Same to you and yours.
Amen. Amen.
As do you.
Hey, it's not too late, Common fans, to load up on certified Piedmontese beef, maybe for Christmas, maybe for New Year's, maybe for the upcoming bowl game, whatever it might be. You can check out all they have to offer at cpbeef.com and use the promo code CommonFan, all one word, CommonFan, to get 25% off. And you can get certified Piedmontese beef shipped right to your front door anywhere across all 50 states. You can also check out your local Mercado Butcher Shop in Lincoln or Omaha. And guess what? It doesn't matter that Christmas is almost here. Order yourself some beef for January. You know, it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. You're going to be a little bit depressed that the holidays are over. What better than a nice roast to throw in the crock pot for the family?
Ooh,
or maybe you fire. I don't know about you guys. I love grilling in the snow. Maybe you fire.
Too. I think it's fun. I think it's fun.
Absolutely. So there's never a bad time. It's never the wrong time.
I said it in our text message thread. I'm behind the eight ball here, but apparently everybody has a killer roast recipe except for me and maybe you, TJ.
I'm very intimidated by roast still.
I'm intimidated by Geoff's outfit. Like, I don't know how I'm going to keep a straight face when he speaks during this one. I mean, look at the hat.
Look at that hat.
It's a tree. It's a tree.
For those of you on the audio, listening on the audio platforms, you might have to go over to YouTube just to see this.
Check out this one via YouTube.
And subscribe while you're there.
Subscribe while you're there, please. If
you want to see this hat, you subscribe while you're there.
Okay, certified Piedmontese, cpbeef.com, promo code CommonFan. CP Beef, powering the Husker football team and powering the Common Fan podcast. The other thing you got to do is check out our Common Fan socks. Go to silliesco.com, SILLIESCO.com. Use the promo code GBR for life. That's GBR number 4 LIFE. And you can get 25% off, not just the Common Fan socks, but anything Sillies has to offer. So the Sillies socks are just that. They're silly. They're fun. And again, if you don't get them in time for Christmas, it's fine. Give them as a New Year's gift. Yeah. Wear them for yourself in January when you get back to the office, whatever it might be. Who doesn't need a nice pair of socks, a fun pair of socks? So check out silliesco.com. Use the promo code GBR for life. Get yourself some socks. All right, boys. We got a very fun episode today. As you can see, we're dressed up. We're festive. We're having fun. We have Santa hats.
Having a good time.
Jeff has some greenery on his head. Mattio's got a Merry Christmas shirt on. I've got my White Elm brewing shirt on, actually.
Oh, there you go.
That works too. That's festive.
I mean, who doesn't like some White Elm beer for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
We're just completely selling out here, aren't we, boys? That's okay.
It's like Wayne's World.
Yeah, exactly.
Reebok.
Yes. And it's the choice of a new generation.
Doritos. It's just really sad.
Oh my God, I love it. All right, so we're in a festive mood. It's almost Christmas. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to each give our Christmas wish list. We're calling it Christmas list because it's Christmas week. Really, it's our wish list for Nebraska football for 2025. Okay, I think when the dust settles, hopefully the Huskers win the bowl game. We'll be 7-6. We'll spend a bit of time then in January kind of looking back and breaking down the season that was. Hopefully, most Husker fans are happy with the bowl game. Hopefully we win the bowl game and they'll be happy with the winning season. But let's face it, I think you could argue that we left a couple W's out there this year. And of course, I think all Husker fans are hoping for a not so little size leap in 2025 in year 3 of the rule era. So we're going to kind of dig in and say, what does that mean? What does that look like? What are the things we need to get there in 2025? What's on our wish list for the Huskers in 2025? And Common fans, we'd love to hear from you too. Send us an email, commonfangbr@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook and message us there. What do you want to see from the Huskers in 2025? Yeah. We'd love to hear from you. Or comment on YouTube while you're subscribing.
And it can be something that maybe isn't even that realistic, but send it our
Have
way.
fun with it.
The
Have
people,
fun with
the
it.
big, the people for years that have said Nebraska won't get back to relevance without switching back to Coke products, those types of things,
Whatever you got.
So whatever it
Or
is,
like a college football
Mhm.
playoff appearance. That's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah,
Dare to dream. Dare to dream.
exactly.
that's right.
It never hurts to ask, right?
That's
Ask.
exact.
Right.
That's exact. Ask.
That's right,
Ask.
Yeah.
Jeff.
You never know what Santa's going
Ask
to
away. Yeah.
That damn hat.
do. All right, boys. Well, let's just get
Oh.
started. We'll just kind of rotate here. So, Mattio, what's one thing on your list? What's one thing?
And
What
this
are you
isn't
asking
these.
Santa?
My list is in no particular order of preference.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Not in order
First
of priority.
first thing I have is a 1,000 yard rusher.
Ooh, I love that.
How long was it a Zigbo? I think maybe our last 1,000 yard rusher,
2018 a
Frost's
Zigbo. I think so.
first or second year.
You're one.
I think Emmett can do it. We haven't really the last few years had a back where we're like, okay, he's going to get 20 carries or 20 touches a game, and have even the. I mean, unless so basically it was like unless a guy goes for like 9 or 10 yards a pop on his 10 or 12 carries, he's not getting to 100 yards.
Right.
I think with what we've seen that Emmett can do with Dana Holgerson,
Yes.
I think we have a shot at 1,000 yard rusher in 2025. I would love to see that. I think the success of our team will go right along with that. I want 1,000 yard rusher.
Oh my God. Yeah, I love that. So that's just some Christmas red meat right there. That's some
Thank you.
Christmas. That's some Christmas
Thank you.
prime rib right there.
That's
That's beautiful.
beautiful.
That's medium rare.
That's
I love
Nat
that.
Yeah,
King
that's
Cole
definitely not a
singing
Yeah.
chestnuts
that's not a
roasting.
Christmas turkey. That's not a Christmas
That's not a
turkey.
turkey.
Okay, that
That's
one.
not a
That's not a
turkey.
turkey. I'll tell you
That's
that
Christmas prime rib, baby.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it's just red. It's bleeding. All right,
Oh,
Jeff, go.
yeah, just
one.
bloody juice all over the plate.
I, I'm full of comparisons here, as far as like what I was looking for when I was a kid. And so my first comparison is like, I'm not going to go too crazy and ask for like the big thing right away. I'm going to ask for something like more modest, like when you get clothes from your parents when you're a kid, like, oh, thanks for the underwear
Bed
and
sheets.
socks, Mom. Yeah. Pillowcases. So I just want, it doesn't have to be fantastic, but just a competent special teams organization. That's all I want.
You're asking
all I
for
want.
that's a
Yeah.
great analogy. You're asking
Yeah.
for underwear for Christmas. You just
Exactly.
want
Yeah,
competent
that's right.
special
all I
That's
teams.
want. Competent special teams. No more missing chip shot field goals. No more muffing punt returns. No more stepping out of bounds on the 1 yard. Just no fair catching at the 5 yard line. Just competent special teams. That's all I want. That in itself could be the difference between a 7-win season and a 10-win season, just like that. So just competent special teams. That's what I want.
Very good.
That's beautiful, Jeff. I love that. I love that. Mine's going to be very similar to that, and I could probably just jump to another one, but I'll take a slightly different take on that. So, one thing that I and we pride ourselves on this show is we like to have meaningful conversations that we think Husker fans are going to be interested in and care about. So we're common fans. We don't break news. We don't go to the press conferences. We don't cover news day to day, but like again, we want it to be meaningful content that Husker fans like. It helps their engagement with the team. One thing I don't think we try not to do is be like just hot take specialists where we just say things that are controversial just because to try to get clicks or try to get interest in the podcast. We try to have like thoughtful, meaningful conversations. So along with that, we don't necessarily call for coaches to be fired. We don't necessarily pick on individual players, many of whom are teenagers. Occasionally we'll be critical because, that's part of the deal. But we try to be thoughtful about it. So without specifically calling for anyone to be fired, I would like a new special teams coordinator. That's what I would like. And I think, look, Ed Foley has done some great work to build relationships with the high schools around the state.
Mhm.
I candidly love it when he tweets pictures of his food from various small town Nebraska diners.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I think there's a place for the guy in the program. I'm not saying he needs to be fired. I am saying he needs to be relieved of his special teams coordinator duty. That's what I'm saying.
With like the amount, like there's no limit on assistant coaches now, right? Like
Exactly.
keep him on staff.
Yeah.
Have him keep doing what he's doing with the in-state recruiting stuff and relationship building in these Nebraska towns. Like, but have somebody else run the damn special teams.
I mean, the obvious mistake, like the missed field goals, some of the bad stuff is obvious, but it feels like we've talked about this before. We're sort of to the point where we don't even try to return punts, for instance. Like it just sort of feels like the point where like we're holding our breath and we're just trying to do no harm. And that's not, that sort of feels like the opposite of the way Matt Rule wants to approach everything. And so
not good.
It's interesting because there's been so much influx already this offseason, both with the roster and the coaching staff. We haven't heard anything about special teams. So you have to kind of wonder what's coming, if something's coming, whatever, but it's got to be better. It's got to be different in 2024 or 2025, as Jeff and I both just pointed out. All right, Matty, what's the next thing on your list? What's the next thing you're asking Santa for?
I would like Santa, Mr. SC, I would like 25 touchdown passes from Dylan Raiola. I think that's a number that he could get to. If he goes more than that, great. His stats as far as touchdowns and touchdown interception ratio in the 24 season left a lot to be desired, not gonna lie. Like the first
12 TDs, 10 picks for those who are wondering.
Yeah, and so we're looking like the first few games, it was like, oh my God, he's gonna throw for 20 plus touchdowns, and as we all know, the offense came to a grinding halt there when we had our rough patch. But I think we saw enough the last couple of games, 2-3 games with Dana, that I think that's totally attainable. If we could go like, I don't know, 24 touchdowns, 25 touchdowns, 8 picks, something like that. If he does better, great. But I think if he has those stats, again, with the 1,000-yard rusher, Dylan does that, we're going to be in great shape.
Absolutely love that. Holy cow, I love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Very offensive minded today so far, Matty O. Yeah. Love that.
I'm piggybacking off of that. I had something similar on my list. This would be the equivalent of, I don't want to say getting Jordans, but maybe some Reebok pumps for Christmas. Do you remember the pump?
Pumps.
What a great
show.
show.
Oh, Matty O.
Do you have gift analogies for all these? I love this.
I do.
Yeah, that's fantastic, by the way.
Like
Matty O had pumps in like second grade. And
so did I. Mrs. Gilmore's class.
The coolest thing ever.
You just put it up on the chair and I'd be like, oh, everybody can take a turn. Have a pump.
Yeah. I can dunk now. I can dunk now that I have this.
Run faster.
Yeah.
How fun was it to push that little button though and like release the air, and then you just pump it back? Yeah, it's
very satisfying.
I don't know, guys. I didn't have them.
No, you're missing out, Teach.
Yeah.
I to piggyback off of what Owen said there, though, I would like to see a significant improvement in just Dylan's overall play this year. Is what I want. Just from what we've been, I don't want to say promised, but just what we were kind of expecting. I know he was a freshman. I want to see leaps and bounds better. Dare I say even like Heisman buzz. I just want to see him do really, really well. Improve his vision. There's so many times that we saw somebody wide open that he didn't see. We had a lot of different plays that probably could have gone the other way. I just want him to make those plays, and I'm expecting to see a significant increase in change and improvement in his overall play. Is really what I want.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Very good.
I will mention one that I had that was similar, but so as not to beat the horse dead, then I'll move on and share a different one. But my Michael boy, my oldest, was helping me make this list this morning, and we were talking about this. So this was really Michael's, which I thought was really good. But he said 20 or more touchdown passes from Dylan, 6 or fewer interceptions. It's very similar to what you said, Matty-O.
Yeah.
Exactly what you're saying, Geoff. And I think like it's fair. We talked about it all season long. He's a true freshman, probably going to stub his toe a few times. I think it's fair to hope for that leap, right? With the combination.
I think we'll see it. I really do.
Yeah.
New coordinator. Things are going to look
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. I think there's a lot of reason to believe that the offense can take a huge leap. And if we can get the defense even just to kind of hold steady, I mean, that could be the difference in several games, several wins. So that's mine. That's sort of similar, but I'm going to go a completely different direction now, guys. This one also, Michael had great input on this one too. Great idea. I'm going to go right out and say it. Beat Iowa.
Oh, thank you. That's one. That's later on in my list. That was my last one.
Yeah.
Very well.
And let me just, as you guys know, I've had a really hard time letting go of this latest Iowa game. It makes me so mad. It's like the Wedding Crashers line. It's only going to make me mad. Like just thinking about it makes me mad. It keeps me up at night. But here's what I was thinking most recently, guys. 2021, we have a 21-6 lead on Iowa going into the fourth quarter. We somehow blow that game. We beat them in 22. 2023 was sort of two of the worst offenses in the history of American football, probably, and two really good defenses. And it just sort of felt like somebody's going to like stumble and fall their way into this victory. But we have the ball with less than 30 seconds to go, almost in field goal range. It's tied in regulation, and somehow Iowa wins it in regulation. 2024 is in my opinion, the most egregious one yet, because we so thoroughly dominated everything on the stat line, and we just gave that game away. So point being, we not a stretch to say we could have won the last four, and arguably should have won the last four.
Yeah.
And so the fact that we only won one of those four is just maddening, and it's infuriating. I'll take it one step further, guys, because it's Christmas and I'm feeling frivolous. We are and always will be the superior program.
Okay? Yes.
This has literally been Iowa's 10 best years in the history of football, and they go like 8-4, and they're thrilled about it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't want to live in that world.
No,
I don't want to live in that world. I'm not interested in being thrilled with 8-4. And not only that, they've been lucky to encounter us in one of our worst, darkest periods in our history.
Yeah.
Like, they barely beat us most years with some of their best teams ever and some of our worst teams ever.
Yeah.
We have to start flipping the script in this series. We have to start beating them consistently. I believe we will, but it's just the way that we've lost some of these games makes me absolutely insane. We've been the better team on the field. We got to own the L's. Like, we got to own those losses. There's nothing else you can do about it. We couldn't close the deal, but we've got to get over that hump to where we're not killing ourselves. We're not shooting ourselves in the foot, and we're winning close games. And that's going to be especially important against Iowa. So that might be at my top. Well, maybe not the top of my list, but close, Santa. We've got to beat Iowa.
Yeah. Just circle the damn game. Like, Nebraska's always been, it's like, oh, we play them all the same. Every game's the same. We don't have it. Like, Michigan and Ohio State do it every year. Like, they take it so intensely that, like, Ohio State, you can't even have the letter M anywhere in the locker room.
Yeah,
It's like those
embrace
types
it.
of things.
Embrace
like
it.
we have to embrace it. And I think we kind of are. Like, I don't want us to do the no handshake crap anymore. But I think Rule and his staff, to me, just from the outside, it's like they are telling these guys what this game means. And then, even though Rule and his staff have only been here a couple years, it's like, insert teams here. This is a rivalry game. Here's what we do to rivalry games. Like, you're going balls to the wall, and I don't know. I think it's gonna start changing. Like you just said, we should have beat them four years in a row probably.
Yep.
It's gonna start changing.
And you got Iowa players whining after the games about Nebraska players being disrespected by Nebraska. Their kicker over the years shushing Nebraska's crowd after they beat us. Their kicker this year calling Raiola Mahomes Jr. Like, that's all well and good. And look, let's have this be a rivalry. Then let's just embrace the hate.
Yeah.
But then don't go cry
complain about it.
Some other, perceived disrespect.
Right.
They love the manufactured outrage.
Yes.
But they play the same game. So I'm so over it. We are and always will be the better program historically. We're a blue blood. They are not.
Yeah. They never will be.
They never will be.
Yeah.
They're thrilled with 7-5. They're thrilled with 8-4. Again, I don't want to live in that world. And so we're going to beat them in 2025. All right. Whew. I think that horse might be dead. Matteo, what's the next thing on your list? Hold on. Geoff, what would be the equivalent? What would be a Christmas gift equivalent to beating Iowa? And if you don't have it off the top of your head, you can think about it.
I would say like getting that starter jacket. Remember starter jackets?
Okay.
That's solid.
That was a big deal.
That was a big deal. Yeah.
People what starter jacket? I'm sure you guys had Husker ones. I had a Notre Dame one, but they were the Redskins at the time. But now Commanders. I had one of those too. That was my NFL one.
You did. Huh.
Yeah.
I had weird ones. I had a Charlotte Hornets teal.
I think
one.
every kid in the 90s was required by law to like the Charlotte Hornets. Like, it was a rite of passage.
So,
yeah,
Alonzo Mourning,
Larry Johnson, Grandma Mom.
I had a Larry Johnson folder.
Oh yeah,
for no reason at all.
For no reason whatsoever. I had a Husker starter jacket.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good call. You're good at this, Jeff. You're good at the Christmas gift equivalent thing. Yeah.
It's fun. I love it.
Matteo, what do you got next?
Santa, Kris Kringle.
Mr. Claus.
Mr. Claus, sir, Dr. Claus. He's got to be a doctor by this point, right? I would like more sacks,
Mm.
and in particular from the defensive front. Um, I don't know. I didn't really like. I thought we could have got maybe a little more pressure this year without bringing exotic blitzes. I think I was kind of disappointed there the back half of the season. We didn't get more. I want more sacks. I want. What is so funny about that?
I just thought just the way you keep saying it. And if you just
Sacks?
interchange, you just swap out one vowel for another one. It just
Socks? Sacks?
Get your head
Similar
out of the
sex?
gutter. Get your head out of the gutter, Jeff.
Hey, we can all wish for that too, but I would like more quarterback sacks, Jeff.
There you
okay.
go.
Quarterback
All right.
sacks.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. This is
The family-friendly program,
This is a PG
Jeff.
program bordering on PG-13 occasionally, Jeff.
Yeah. I love that, Matteo. More pressure on
That
the
is good.
quarterback. Just knock him down.
Get to him. No, but I just want pressure. I want him on the ground holding the ball, a sack.
Or maybe
Yeah.
not.
Or fumbling
Or
it.
force a fumble. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, I love that. Geoff?
Hmm.
Oh, go ahead. Take a huge swig of your
Yeah,
Gatorade.
you got me mid Gatorade there.
Yeah.
Another analogy here. Did you guys ever? I just watched Home Alone 2 with my kids last night. You remember the Talk Boy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Moderately priced present, wasn't too overly the top expensive, but was very, very hard to come by.
Very cool thing to get.
Yeah. So, you know what else was very, very hard to come by this year? Winning a close game. It was very hard to come by.
Okay.
Didn't come by at all.
Yeah.
I just want us to win win a close game, close it out, finish strong, quit letting off the pedal.
I love that.
And giving up at the end. Finish strong. Let's win some close games. Let's get that monkey off our back. I'm tired of it. I've had it. Give me that Talk Boy.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Jeff. You're so good. You're so good at drawing the line to the proportionate Christmas gift. It's a gift. This is a gift. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You have many gifts. They're very odd ones sometimes, but this is a very unique gift. Yes. I would like for Christmas, I would love for Jeff to shave his mustache. That's the next thing.
What the hell is your problem? this sweater and this hat and this mustache all combined, I feel like that's gonna hours right now.
That outfit combined with the mustache is gonna get you asked to stay 100 feet away from schools. Okay, just kidding. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. This is kind of two. But I'm going to flip to the defense as well. One big picture, one specific. So the specific one is to get off the field on third down a little bit more consistently. Mm-hmm. That's been a problem, not just for, Tony White was very good, but I think not just for Tony White's defenses, even before Tony White, it's been a problem for Husker teams, even in like third and long situations. They've had a hard time getting off the field, and that contributes to some of these close losses. And then bigger picture, I guess these could be two different ones, but I'll just do them together. Bigger picture, I just said no regression for the defense, right? So, I think for many reasons we've just outlined, I feel like there's a reason to believe the offense could actually take a leap, guys. Like, I feel like the offense could be pretty dang good in the coming year. The defense feels like it's just way more question marks. We're losing a bunch of seniors. Obviously, we got a new defensive coordinator, multiple new assistants at different position groups, and so it's just a little bit like hard to know what to expect. We've added this 5-star D lineman in the transfer portal from Missouri. We've added a few other guys. We just today, as we're recording this, we added this linebacker from Oklahoma. So we've beefed up the D line up through the transfer portal. Excited about some of these young guys like Vincent Shavers and Willis McGahee and Keona Davis and some of these young guys that are already on the roster. So I think there's reason to be hopeful. It's just hard to know exactly what to expect. Like John Butler, new defensive coordinator, all these things, right? So I think, it's been a top 25 in total defense, Tony White's 2 years. You'd love to see improvement. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But if the offense is going to make the leap that we think it's going to make, and we hope it's going to make, really, we just need the defense to stand pat. They've been good, not great, right? They've been pretty dang good.
They've been good enough.
They've been good enough and really kind of let down by the offense and special teams play as much as anything. So if we can just see similar defensive play, improve like functional special teams and above average offense, then like we could be like I don't want to be crazy, talking loud,
Just be
saying stupid
crazy. Go
things,
ahead and be crazy.
Take it
but
easy
like
there, Signetti.
we got blown out in one game.
Mm-hmm.
And we got blown out against Indiana. Every single other one of those games we could have won. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't know how close we are in reality to 11-1, but we're not that far from 8-9 wins. And
Right.
if you're having one of those seasons and the ball bounces your way a couple of times, like it didn't against USC, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
then you're flirting with 10 or 11 wins. And then you're flirting with the playoff. I know that's insane, but this is the world we live in. And Husker fans know it can go the other way just as quickly. But let's start flipping the script on those close games. Like you said, Geoff, a lot of that can be accomplished by keeping steady with the defense. Don't regress as a defense.
Mhm.
And then improvement on special teams, which shouldn't be too much to ask, and a big improvement on offense. Anyway, I'm babbling a little bit. I'm getting a little ahead of my. It's Christmas.
All true.
No,
It's all
you're
true,
right.
damn it.
I've had too many Christmas cookies. I'm just talking.
No, there's a lot of magic around this time of year, TJ.
Yeah.
A lot of holiday magic.
Yeah. Mhm.
Hope springs eternal. This is the
Mhm.
time to talk crazy.
Yeah.
Throw it out there. Put it in the universe.
Mhm.
Why not? Why not?
That's why
Smudge it.
I'm going to say
Oh,
with my
boy.
last one,
Oh boy.
because I only had a list of 5. With my last one, I don't want the defense to just stay the same. I want them to be better. I want more
Absolutely.
takeaways, TJ. I
Love
want us to stop playing. I want us to stop playing so far off receivers in the mid, like the intermediate routes. Try to jump one of those damn things and pick 6 house call.
Take it to the house.
Like I like that we tackle well. I think we'll always tackle well. I think with Matt Rule as our coach, because that's kind of a culture thing too. I think how well you tackle in pursuit of the ball. I think we'll be fine there. Jump a route. Try to make a pick. If you look back at the picks that we had this year, it was mostly an overthrown ball at Hartzog or so safeties catching down the field. It's
Right.
never like somebody jumped a route. Like,
It's a
when's the
really good
last time
point.
we jumped a route and got a good interception return out of the thing?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Tommy Hill against Colorado, maybe.
Yeah.
That pick six
But
there, yeah.
But there's not
but
many.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
I want
It
more
feels like we're
jumping
giving
routes.
up. We're giving up those short passes, almost just
Yeah.
giving it up. Yeah.
I want more jumping
Yes.
routes. I want more guys punching and raking at the dang ball to get it away from the ball carriers. I want more aggressiveness. Get the ball. Go for the damn ball.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. You're gonna bend, don't break, and make the other team settle for field goals and all that stuff. But take the damn ball away. And
Yep.
now that to have that happen, the offense does have to be better. Because you can't be taking those chances if the offense has hit a tough patch
If
and
the
they're
offense is only going to
struggling
get
with
you
the ball.
10 to 13 points a game, then you can't do that.
Which is maybe that's part of the plan was like, hey, our offense, we don't know about it, so we got to play it safe on D. But
Yeah.
I'd love to see more turnovers, more takeaways, I should say. We've seen enough turnovers on the other side of things, but more takeaways in 2025. Dang it.
Love that, Medio. And interestingly enough, John Butler, as I think most common fans know, the new defensive coordinator, had excellent passing defenses with the Buffalo Bills. And so that you would think that would be obviously this year. He started late in the game. You wonder if there were some issues getting meshed with Tony White's system, and there were some breakdowns in the defensive backfield. Hopefully, with a full offseason to sort of implement the defense and design it his way, we can see some improvement, especially in the defensive backfield there.
Yes.
Because he has shown he can do it very well.
Yes.
Geoff.
I'm going to circle back to what you were talking about, TJ. The big gift that everybody wants, the big one. This is the equivalent of this is the 16-bit Christmas. This is where you're asking for that Super Nintendo, that Sega Genesis, that N64, that PlayStation 1, dare I say PlayStation 2, the expensive gift. When you open it, there's that iconic video of that kid on AFV that gets an N64 for Christmas and is just going absolutely ape shit, screaming at the top of his lungs. Everybody's had that Christmas gift before, right? The playoff. You're right, TJ. There is no reason, especially after watching yesterday's slate of games, there is no reason to think that if we just win a few more games, we can make that playoff. I watched SMU play yesterday. I watched Clemson play. I watched Indiana play. all of these teams probably shouldn't have had any business being in this playoff, and they did because they won the games that they had to and did what they were supposed to do. There's no reason that Nebraska cannot do the exact same thing. Yes, we have a tougher conference and a tougher road ahead of us. Next year's schedule is a little bit more favorable. I feel like if we get all of our Christmas gifts that we want, special teams, defense doesn't regress, offense takes a step forward, we could be in the playoff contention, and dare I say, maybe even win a first-round game if we didn't win the conference title and automatically get a bye. So there's my big gift right there.
Love it. Could you imagine
Absolutely
a
first round
playoff game in Lincoln? Could you even imagine
gosh.
that?
I have imagined it, Matt. I have imagined it. Yeah.
16-bit Christmas. There you go. There's your console for you.
Oh my gosh. That's a great one. I mean, we Common Fans, just so you know, we didn't compare lists and we didn't know what we were coming in with. That's a great one to wrap it up with. So I'll do one more. I'll kind of take it a different direction though, because that's a great one to end with, Geoff. And I agree, it's possible. It's possible. Come on. We got we don't have Michigan State next year. We don't have, we don't have Ohio State next year. We do have Michigan State. We don't have Ohio State. We don't have Indiana. And it will be interesting to see how good Indiana is next year. We don't have Oregon, right? So 3 of the 4 playoff teams from the Big Ten this year, we miss. We do have Penn State. Like Penn State's kind of the marquee, and we're at Penn State. But all the others, we got Michigan at home. They were 7-5 this year. I don't know how much better they're going to be next year. We got Michigan State at home. They were okay this year, but not great. I'm thinking of just of the marquee names. I mean, we're at Minnesota. We're at Maryland. Again, we know
Husker. Home. Iowa, Michigan, USC all at home. The toughest
USC.
road game.
USC is the other tough one. Yeah.
Toughest road game is at Penn State. But all the other road games, I look at all the other road games next year, and they're all winnable.
Right.
Like Penn State's but the rest of them, it's like, okay. So by the time we get to our schedule season prediction thing, I mean,
we all know what we're going to be talking about.
We know where we're ready.
We know. Our listeners
but it's true.
know.
Like again, we all know we can do the caveats. Like Husker fans know we can't take any win for granted. But on paper, it could be a lot worse. Maybe that's a way to say it, right?
Yeah.
So let's go win. Let's go win.
Let's just
start winning some of these close games. Let's flip the script for God's sake. All right. So my last one, again, we'll call Geoff's like the exclamation point. Mine's just more like the postscript. But my last one, which we are in full control of, and so we will do. So I'm not asking Santa for this one. I'm just kind of just asking it's like when you ask Santa for certain things, you ask your parents for certain things, or maybe some family members. So, but mine is to continue the Common Fan Tailgate tradition, which we are in full control of. And so we will make sure to do, but that is a warm memory from this season. It was a ton of fun. Thanks to those of you who showed up,
blast
and tailgated with us. But that was super cool. Just kind of because we do these episodes and it's a ton of fun. But like to get that interaction with people and in real life, in person, and then go to a game, it was just a ton of fun all the way around. So we'd love to continue the Common Fan Tailgate tradition.
It was great. I had a great time.
We all know.
I had an awesome time.
I had an awesome time.
Okay, real quick, guys. I'm just curious. What are we making for our Christmas feast? Since we, occasionally we overlap with some food talk on this show. So let's hear it.
Well, I'm not probably doing a lot of cooking for Christmas, but on Christmas Eve, my mother, Gam, who is a faithful listener of the podcast, actually, shout out to my mom, Gam.
Yeah, thanks
Gam,
for
Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Gam
for listening, Pam.
Yes.
Sorry.
Gam is preparing a 6-pound standing rib roast.
See, I told you.
That I received from Certified Piedmontese. Love those guys over at CP Beef. I didn't know. I got the thing. I didn't know, what am I going to do with this? You know who know how to cook this thing? My mom.
Well, and
so Maddie mom's cooking that sucker on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, off camera, I'd love to get her insights into how to approach that thing, how to tackle that thing.
Yeah, that's a daunting task.
It's in my freezer right now. I don't really know. I'm intimidated by it. Let me just put it there.
Yeah, it is intimidating.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Love that. Absolutely love that. What do you
I think you got to do like a dry rub or something like that. I think. I don't
everything
know.
I've read different philosophies on like when to do everything I've read though has been to do extreme heat in the oven, either at the beginning or the end, to that kind of char on the outside. So like 5 to 550
Nice,
degrees.
nice
Yeah, either
bark.
right at the beginning, right at the end, and then you cook it lower, and it's
Low and slow.
250 or 300 in like an hour per pound or 30 minutes per pound. I've read different things. That's part of why it intimidates me, because the things I've read are kind of differing approaches, and I don't want to screw it up. But what you want is the char on the outside, but for a prime rib in particular, you want it. I mean, I would eat it red, but you don't want it any more cooked than pink at the very least.
Yeah.
You know? So that's So
I'm gonna when I try mine, it's gonna go in the smoker. I think I'm gonna try that.
Wow,
Sounds
let
like
us
a
know how
good
that
idea.
goes. You're good. You're good with that smoker, Jeff. I think you can do this. You can do this.
You can do it, Jeff.
Thank you.
Maddie, what are you making? Mashed potatoes? What else are you doing?
I don't. I'm really unprepared for this questioning, TJ. I don't really know. My mother, my wife, kind of handle all that stuff, and
you'll be fixing cocktails.
I will be.
I'll
be fixing
drinking
cocktails,
his dinner,
entertaining the children. I won't just be sitting there eating bonbons. I'll find some work to do.
Are you going to put your
make
letter jacket on and tell your children stories about your playing days?
Yeah, I just found it the other day. I was trying to get out Christmas decorations a few weeks ago. Like, oh, hey, my letter jacket. The kids were impressed.
Love that. I bet they were.
Six holiday themed bourbons deep, putting on the leather jacket.
Yeah.
Hey kids.
And then against Seward.
The Creek game, it was snowing so much. So much.
It was.
Geoff, what are you guys making?
Well, we're not hosting. So every year on Christmas Eve, we go to my brother and sister-in-law's house, and we almost do we don't do like a full meal. It's almost like a snack type thing where we have like little smokies. They have chili, crackers, cheese, just like a buffet, smorgasbord, a different type of hors d'oeuvre type foods. We do that every Christmas Eve. And then we're going to my folks like we usually do. And you're going to hate this, TJ, but we're having a Christmas turkey. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be delicious. I can't wait. It's better than ham. Sometimes they should.
No, it's not.
Ham.
No,
it is absolutely not.
It's
not better than ham.
It's better than ham.
No, it's not
better than ham. It's delicious.
My Lord. You don't have to do this, Jeff.
Well, I'm not in charge. I'm not cooking. All right.
Tell
eating
Peggy, Peggy and LaRue, we love them. We don't have to do this.
I'm looking forward.
Well, I'm sure it'll be a lovely, lovely occasion, and the vibes will be sky high, if nothing else. Even if you're
absolutely,
eating
yeah, it's going to be great. What about you?
So we're hosting on Christmas Day. We'll do a big dinner on Christmas night. And we've kind of done the same thing the last few years. We'll be doing it again, but we'll be doing ribeyes on the grill and salmon on the grill. So it's a little surf and turf. Little surf and turf.
You.
I'll be making my Nick Burkle's, Grandpa Nick's famous mashed potatoes. So shout out to my old man.
What do you put, like, you do some butter and garlic in there?
You just listen. You do an 8-ounce like brick of cream cheese.
Oh,
and then I kind of eyeball it. I get the 16-ounce sour cream and I use most of it. I don't use all of it, but kind of just dump a bunch of sour cream in there.
Wow.
And then a bunch of seasoned with garlic salt. And then so they're nice and creamy. Then I don't even make gravy. You don't need gravy with these mashed potatoes. They're nice and creamy. And then I'll usually make them in advance and then warm them up in time for dinner. So once you've warmed them up, you drop a little butter on the top.
Okay.
So, it's just, probably every time you have these mashed potatoes, you're shaving 6 to 12 months off your life, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
And
do you hand mash? Do you use like a hand mixer with the two little?
I do
things?
both. So it depends. If it's probably this year, since it's Christmas and I'll take the time. I'll hand mash it with the hand masher, and then I will use the cookie beaters to really.
That's
almost like a whipped.
That's what you stick in.
Like a whipped
That's what you stick in the mashed potatoes. Okay, I got you. That's what.
That's right. That's right.
You stick that in the mashed potatoes. Yeah.
Exactly, and nice and creamy, yep. and so and then we'll do some mushrooms. My mother-in-law makes a great green bean casserole. Shut your mouth, Jeff, about casseroles. And
we'll have bring one. I'm so sorry for you too.
Of course. And then so I'm super excited about the ribeyes in particular. But then the other thing that we'll do, this isn't really with the dinner, but it's become a tradition for us. And my favorite cookie is the peanut butter cookie with the
The Hershey's Kiss.
Hershey Kiss on top.
Yeah.
So for a few years, a while ago, we would just try to make different types of cookies. We've just zeroed in. We'll make like 100 peanut blossoms.
Yeah.
And the kids love them. I love them. Sal loves them. And we'll take them to the neighbors. We'll take them to friends, whatever. So I'm sure we'll have some leftover peanut blossoms that we'll enjoy with.
I think
that's like paring down the offensive playbook. Like Dana Holgerson. Hey, why make all these different kinds of cookies?
Figure out what we're good at.
Figure out what we're good at.
Yeah.
And that things that work. And let's stick to that and do that really well.
And let's do it really well.
Because that's not the first time. You have a lot of fond memories of Christmas cookies from what I can gather from these conversations. You're constantly talking about bowl games and leftover Christmas cookies.
Yes.
You're a Christmas cookie guy. I've gathered that.
Well, I'm a cookie guy in general, Jeff.
In general.
To my detriment, probably for the long term. But who doesn't love Christmas cookies? My grandmother made them.
What'd you call them? That one with the Hershey Kiss, what's it called?
Peanut blossom.
Peanut blossom.
Okay.
I love those. Those
are good.
You can't go wrong with the frosted sugar cookie.
Oh,
like with some real good best. And the frosting has got the almond extract in it. Oh boy. Oh, daddy likes that.
Like hosting, you're the only one here hosting. It sounds like, as you get nervous for that, that's a lot of pressure. I think I'd buckle. I do terrible under pressure like that. I would.
You definitely would buckle.
I can't handle this. It's on fire. I'm out.
I'm out of here.
Is someone smoking?
Where's Jeff?
Where's Jeff?
We went to the
Did
grapevine.
He start smoking again?
Jeff's at the grapevine, drinking his Christmas dinner. I guess we're ordering Chinese food again.
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, it's just we're as common fans know, we're here in Bend, Oregon. My wife's from Oregon, so it's just her parents and sister. So it's a small group.
Oh, okay.
And I don't feel a ton of pressure. And we kind of have done the same meal for a few years now, so kind of got the formula down. The mashed potatoes, make them in advance. Everything else, you just kind of grill, and so. It's pretty good
for you.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. Well, good for all of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, if you're still with us, Common fans, have a great Christmas. Enjoy the time with your family, even if, to borrow from Christmas Vacation, to get through it, you need a little help from Jack Daniels. That's okay. Try let the spirit of the season carry you and not the stress of the season. Okay.
Yeah.
And enjoy your Christmas Eve, enjoy your Christmas, enjoy your families, enjoy whatever you're doing, enjoy your big meals unless it's turkey. And
watch your mouth.
Let's go. We're gonna wake
up and enjoy the Pinstripe Bowl.
There you go.
Right. Well, we're gonna have one more episode between now and the Pinstripe Bowl. We got a super cool. We've got somebody who played in the Pinstripe Bowl. I'll just leave it at that.
The Gotham Bowl.
Sorry, the Gotham Bowl.
1962 Gotham Bowl.
Get ready for that, Common.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, watch out.
Really excited about that. So, Merry Christmas, Common fans. We love you all. We thank you for listening, and we'll be back at you very soon. In the meantime, as always, GBR for life.